Welcome to firmware 1.08.00.10.7197. I have my screensaver on to 1 minute. When the screensaver enables, you'll see it dim down and the camera will turn off. The camera is supposed to wake up as soon as you touch the screen. Here we go. Can that be an issue when we're in the gear setting? So let's leave the camera on again, a 1 minute countdown. (1080p) 24, 25, 30 frames per second, rock steady on, latency is okay. 1080p 48 frames per second, we have latency. 1080p 50 frames per second, latency. 1080p 60 frames per second, latency. 2.7K starting at 48 frames per second, latency. 2.7K 50 frames per second, latency. 2.7K 60 frames per second, latency. 2.7K 4:3 aspect ratio, 30 frames per second is the maximum, and the latency is not there. Starting out at 4K at 40 frames per second, the latency is there. 4K 50 frames per second, the latency is there. A little faster than 48. Last but least, 4K 60 frames per second, latency is a little bit better, much better than before. 4850, 4860 are where the latency was fixed on the Osmo Action. 4K 4:3 rock steady will be disabled, as well as higher frame rates above 60 frames per second. That is quite normal. Updating takes approximately 2 minutes. (4K) at 60 frames per second is what I use. I want to look at the latency. Latency is still there. We don't have any issues fixed. If I do one of these, I go to the actual camera and I scroll down to screensaver and I change the auto sleep to 1 minute, misunderstanding it or understanding how a screensaver is to work. I feel that the touching of the screen is a little different, and I don't have my GoPro at the moment to show you.